do women actually like muscular men? And listen, this is going to be like a different type of video I'm doing today. I'm going to be doing a reaction video to a woman explaining to you guys why muscular men are so attractive to women, all right? So that being said, if you're on the journey of actually transforming your whole physique, trying to get bigger, building that muscle mass, trying to get jacked and stay lean, right? Watch this entire video because you're going to actually feel motivated to even train even more once you understand the psychology behind these women. That being said, let's just get straight into the reaction video. Also, let me know in the comment section what you guys truly think as well. Maybe she's right, maybe she's wrong. I'm going to state my opinion as well. So let's just get straight into the video, man.
There is a reason that women are so attracted to men that are muscular and strong and have really honed the physical structure of their bodies and why it is viewed as being so attractive. And it's not for a superficial reason,
Right.
despite what the internet may think. So women's bodies, when they first come into contact with a partner that they would be sort of like opening to the possibility of it being a long-term partnership with, is they'll look for signals in the body as to whether or not they feel safe with this male. Women's bodies only open up and can effectively experience the deepest levels of joy when it comes to intimacy as well, when they feel safe with a male. And
okay, let's pause it there, yeah? Just so you guys get more context. Basically, what she's asking is why women feel more safe around muscular men, right? And she's talking about safety right now. So let's just carry on with the video. Let's see what she says about safety.
Muscular bodies and, you know, men that have really honed their ability to hold the strength within their own body display a physical manifestation of safety because they would be able to physically protect the woman. It's a physical display of strength.
That's factual.
And so within that, because the woman can see this.
Let's pause it there for a second. That's facts. Listen, when you have a great physique, you have more muscles, ideally you're actually showing that you have strength and power, right? So subconsciously to these women, they already think that, yo, this guy's actually a strong person. He can protect me, right? He can keep me safe, right? Again, it's not talking about obviously like knowing how to fight and stuff, but just you being more of a dominant person, a bigger guy, having muscles and actually having a good shoulder to waist ratio. That literally just applies that you can protect your girl. When it comes to anything, it could be a fucking fire in the house that you can lift door and you'd be able to run out the door with her, right? You can protect her in that way. Other ways of protection is again like fighting, street fights, or like someone trying to like rob your house or whatever. The point is that you look like you have the strength and the capacity to take care of her and basically protect her, right? So that's the first thing your physique actually subconsciously displays to women. So that's actually a great insight, to be fair. Saying that, you guys let me know in the comment section as well.
Because the woman can see there's a physical display of strength, it leans into her being able to be softer and more receptive. And as a result of that, open up more deeply to the connection, which means there would be a much higher level of satisfaction because she feels safe with him. Women's bodies are much more physically vulnerable than men's. Men have a much higher level of testosterone. It's much easier for them to build.
Definitely, let's pause it there. Obviously, men, we have a lot more testosterone, more than women, right? So we have more of a desire to provide and protect, and again, just have that masculine role. So yeah, that's true.
Muscle, they're much stronger, and there is a reason for that.
See, you know what? Actually, I'm going to pause it there, right? Yeah. This is what I'm talking about by once you build a physique, right, you will naturally start to have more masculine traits, right? I'll tell you right now, if you are a bitch right now, right, you're skinny, you're out of shape, you sound like a bitch, you talk like a bitch, you have no sense of leadership and no sense of control of how you take care of your life, right? How would you explain the fact that women don't like you? It literally makes sense, right? Because for some reason, they don't find your aura and your energy attractive. They low-key think you're a bitch too, right? And don't get me wrong, I've been in that position myself as well, bro. Like when I was skinny and out of shape, bro, I wasn't attracting the type of women that I truly wanted in my life. And that all comes down to one thing, bro, because I was a bitch back then, right? I can say that. Don't be saying that in the comments. I can say that by myself. But my point is, right, I wasn't the person I was, right? And when you start training, you take care of your nutrition, right? Naturally, your testosterone is actually going to increase naturally. especially in a day and age where everyone's testosterone levels have depleted, has dipped crazy amounts. I think it's like 45% or 40% of the entire population of men of their testosterone have dipped. So yeah, it's a crazy amount. That being said, let's get straight back to the video.
And so when a man displays that he has honed this ability to be able to maintain the strength within his body, he automatically becomes more preferable as a mate.
Facts.
And for women, their vulnerability, again, because it lies in the physical body, they desire to have a man that can help them to feel safer in that way. In the same way that men have a much higher vulnerability in the emotional centers, and they desire to have a woman that can help them to feel nurtured
Facts.
emotionally.
This is I'm going to pause it there. This is an interesting video, trust me, because she's actually going in depth of like the psychology and the masculine and feminine type of energy and how to portray that, right? So realistically, what she's essentially saying is once you take that masculine role, naturally you will desire a female that's actually in her habitat, which is her being in her feminine side. So you know what? That's actually a great insight as well, to be fair. Let's get back into the video.
Just to sort of drive this message a little bit deeper, there was a study that was done on male predators that went for children. And obviously, you know, we're not going into the psychology of that within this particular video. But in the study, the men that were in that position that chose to go down that route would look for prospective victims, and they would assess not the mother of the child but the father before making a decision as to whether or not to pursue that situation. They would look at the physical strength and how much of a threat the father figure, the stepfather was in the decision-making process to make that choice towards the victim that they chose to go towards. And I think one of the biggest issues that we have in modern society is why people don't make these connections is that physical attractiveness is isolated to a superficial construct, i.e. the trends change to do with attractiveness, or people focus so much of their energy on being the most attractive, or thinking that, you know, in order to get something, they have to change themselves to become more attractive. The focus is on the wrong place. When you tend to your body, you tend to your health,
100%.
You treat your body
Let's
with
pause
respect.
it there for a second, yeah? What she's talking about, attractiveness, right? So in this particular part, I don't actually agree with, right? I think you should try maximize your appearance, right? I'm talking about your grooming, I'm talking about your skincare, I'm talking about your dress sense, right? Your appearance does matter, especially in this day and age, because everyone judges you, right? So I do feel like you should max out your appearance. Doesn't mean that you have to start doing surgery and shit. No, I'm just talking about this. The more you take care of yourself, the more you get leaner, the more you increase your steps, you go in a calorie deficit, your face will get more chiseled, right? Your face will look less inflamed and watery, and you'll have more of a jawline. You can do certain things just like that to improve your appearance, right? You can change your grooming, you can take care of your skin to actually enhance your appearance, right? But what she's talking about here is, it's not just about your appearance, it's the qualities that you have about yourself. Meaning, do you take care of yourself? Do you go to the gym? Right? Do you try better yourself in every aspect possible, right? Because realistically, yeah, your appearance will change as you get older and older and older, but your abilities and your mindset and your skill sets, the way that you treat yourself with higher standards, that's what becomes attractive. And essentially, that's what I like to talk about on my channel too, right? It's not just your appearance. Yeah, you can max out your appearance, but your mindset and your personality becomes the driving force of what actually builds attraction. Right? And that's how you will start to actually, attain the attention that you truly want from the women that you truly want. Because again, you've maxed out your appearance now. Now it's like the quality and the standards of your lifestyle, right? Your lifestyle, the way that you eat, the way that you dress, the way that you talk, the way that you have ambition towards the career or finances or creating a family, these things will start to align with you, right? So yeah, I do think you should max out your appearance. Not just, just accept where you are today right now. You know what I'm saying? Like focus on finding the best grooming style for you, the best haircut, etc. and etc. right? But yeah, let's get back into the video.
You tend to your health, you treat your body with respect and love, you tend to your mental health, and you listen to the body's cues about what is actually going to be nourishing for you, then you become more attractive, because from a primal space, you become a much more favorable mate, because you are in a healthy and abundant state. You are able to carry your genetics forward in a way that is going to produce very powerful offspring. And this is always what leans into sort of biological factoring when it comes to sourcing mates. Even if your desire is not to have children, you are always going to be seeking from a biological standard of what is going to produce powerful offspring, powerful creations in the relationship. And so if you're not tending to your body in a way where you are treating it like a temple, you are waking up every day and you're having a Red Bull and a strawberries and cream vape for breakfast and thinking that's going to suffice.
Exactly that, man. Again, it comes down to treatment. It comes down to your standards of your lifestyle. If you start to treat yourself more, right? I'm talking about you get your food on point, you start eating more whole foods. Not saying that you have to cancel out takeaways, right? But you got to have a great balance of when you want a takeaway, when you truly deserve a takeaway, and how much you actually eat good quality foods to keep your health in check, right? Again, as I mentioned earlier, it comes down to your treatment, your standards of living, right? You create higher standards of living, which is going to be a better quality of life anyway, right? But naturally, people would naturally a partner would admire that. You're like, this is the type of person I want to be with, or get with, or do what the fuck you want to do. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's carry on the video.
That's going to suffice. You are robbing yourself of those experiences that are actually going to be way more fulfilling. Because when it comes to polarity between men and women, when a man is in his power and a woman is in her power, i.e. she plays into the natural rhythms of the body and strengthens them in the way that they are designed to be strengthened, in the way that the male does that with his own body, polarity increases, sexual chemistry increases, satisfaction in relations increases, joy and synchronicity in the relationship increases. And so all of these things play into a much higher level of well-being, not only in yourself, but a much higher level of enjoyment and joy in life in general. There is also a huge difference, and something you have to remember when it comes down to physical attractiveness that people are learning how to discern with in the modern age because of the rise of things like social media, is that when you pursue physical attractiveness for superficial means, i.e. you are needing to get external validation of your worth, you need to feel as if you are the most attractive in the room, or you are doing it for, say, for example, a man is, going to the gym because he wants to have lots of options when it comes to women.
True. Listen,
and it is not.
When you get in shape, or when you are on the journey of getting in shape, we need to cancel out, oh yeah, like I'm doing this for women, right? Don't get me wrong, you might be doing that for women right now, but that won't be your lifetime purpose, right? Because realistically, you don't need validation from external factors. Once you actually start getting more results and you start becoming more proud of the person that you're becoming, right? Every time you look into the mirror, like, yo, like I actually am liking the person that I am, right? You will no longer need that external validation from women. And this is what I truly teach, and I truly pray for everyone that goes to the gym, is that eventually, yeah, cool, look, right now, if your purpose is to, get more attractive because you do lack relationships and partnerships and whatnot, cool, fair play, right? Don't take that as offense, or they're like, people only do that for women. Who cares? As long as you know that that's not going to be your purpose for the rest of your entire self-improvement journey. That's the main thing, right? Because once you do get more attention, and once you actually get results in the gym, I can promise you one thing, your purpose of why you train is going to change, right? See, I'll be honest with you, when I was obviously skinny and out of shape, bro, after my breakup, I did not get no validation from females. And because I wasn't getting no validation from females back then, I thought like, okay, cool, me getting in shape will enhance, and I will start to get more validation from females. And then I started to get more validation from females, and I realized that, you know what, that shit didn't really actually please me as much as I did. But sometimes you have to get to the destination first to realize that. So if your purpose is to train for women because you want to, have more partnerships, that's fine. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it. But I do promise you one thing, once you do get to that stage and you're happy with who you are, right, and you're proud of the person that you're becoming, I can promise you one thing, females is just a bonus after that, right? Once you eat a bit more of that cake, You'll realize that, you know what, oh yeah, cool, that was fun, that was great. And then, you know, it'll be a new season, right? That's my point. So yeah, your purpose of training will eventually, you'll have a new purpose, right? There's always a new mountain to climb, right? So long as you guys get in shape, right, and you build the confidence and you don't need external validation, I can promise you one thing, your self-improvement journey will skyrocket, man. Not even just with women, right? I'm talking about your career, your business, your lifestyle, the way that you treat yourself, everything, man. That being said, let's get back into the video.
And it is not coming from a deeply connected and spiritual space. It is the pursuit of something that is very void and something that comes from the ego. When you are spiritually connected, you understand the godliness of being connected to your body in that way and how your body can be of service. When your body is in service, you naturally absorb and start to inherently build more strength from within, and that then manifests in the way that a man's body starts to change when it comes to manifestation of physical strength.
You know what, I agree with this bit 100%. No, I'm gonna pause it there. Yeah, that was the final part anyway. She literally said about once you align yourself with spirit, right? Look, you transforming your whole identity in you becoming this new version of yourself, that is a spiritual journey, whether you like it or not, right? Because you're changing your old identity. You have to sacrifice your old identity, meaning your old habits, right? Whether you was drinking, smoking, doing all that bullshit, right? You've got new habits that are coming, that are taking over your old habits, right? You are essentially building a completely new life, which means that is a spiritual journey. You're having to swap out your old bad habits that you no longer do anymore, and you're making that transition into this new, better version of yourself, right? That has higher standards, right? That's no longer an average man. Whether you like it or not, that is a spiritual journey, right? I did not realize that myself until I got into more detailed in this self-improvement journey. But honestly, your energy will shift. The way that you start to see yourself in the mirror will start to shift. The more that you get results, right? The more you make promises to yourself and you actually execute on them promises, right? You will start to build your self-trust within yourself, and that's how you will actually raise your standards higher. And once your standards are going higher, naturally your lifestyle will incline to the level of the standards that you've created. Bro, this shit is deep, man. It's not just about getting women and that. No, it's literally a whole identity shift. And trust me, it gets more fun, man. Like that, I can talk about this all day. But that being said, I'm not gonna speak too much about this. You guys let me know what you guys truly think, man. Like, does getting muscular actually attract more women? I can definitely say it definitely does. And that's another example from a female's point and that's another great example from a female's point of view, that getting muscular truly does build attraction. It puts you in your masculine frame and it keeps the females in their feminine frame. And put that together is how you create attraction, right? If you put two males next to each other, that's a different story, man. I'm just gonna end the video there. But even if you got two people that are male and male and they like each other, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but yeah, it's not something that I'm into. No, definitely not. But fuck it anyway. Listen, one has to still be one male will still have to be a feminine type of male. Let's put it that way, right? But this is not what our channel's about. Our channel's about literally attracting females. Keep it simple as that, man. That being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below what you guys truly believe as well, and hear your guys' thoughts. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.